Hey, good morning or good afternoon, whenever you're jumping into the admin takeover. Um, Today I have a book called Moonshot, and I was thinking about I love space, I love the stars, and the other day my son was saying he wants to be the first little kid up on the moon. So I thought, well, maybe now is the time that some of you are thinking about the stars, thinking about the moon, and maybe thinking about space and either going to the moon or going to Mars someday. So I hope you enjoy this book right here, which is all about America's trip to the moon. Moonshot, The Flight of Apollo 11 by Brian Floca. High above, there is the moon, cold and quiet, no air, no life, just glowing up there in the sky. Here below, there are three men who clothe themselves in special clothes, who click, lock hands in heavy gloves, who click, lock heads in large round helmets. In the summer here in Florida, hot and near the sea, but now these men are dressed for colder, stranger places. They walk with stiff and awkward steps, in suits not made for Earth. They have studied and practiced and trained, and said goodbye to family and friends. If all goes well, they'll be gone for 1 week. Gone where no one has ever been. Oh, it'd be super exciting. I've always wondered what it would be like to be on the top, getting ready to launch on top of that rocket. Two small spaceships are Columbia and Eagle. They sit atop the rocket. They will raise them into space. A monster of a machine. It stands 30 stories and weighs 6 million pounds. The tower full of fuel and fire and valves and pipes and engines, too big to believe, but built to fly. The mighty, massive Saturn V. The astronauts squeeze in the Columbia's sideways seats, lying on their backs, facing toward the sky. Neil Armstrong on the left, Michael Collins on the right, and Buzz Aldrin in the middle. Click! They fasten their straps. Click! The hatch is sealed. There they wait, while the Saturn hums beneath them. I wonder what they're thinking before they go up into space. I think it would be something really cool. Near the rocket, in launch control, in faraway Houston, in mission control, there are numbers, screens, charts, ways of watching and checking. Every piece of the rocket and ships, the fuel, the valves, the pipes, the engines, the beats of the astronauts' hearts. As the countdown closes, each man watching is asked a question. Go, no go. And each man watching answers back. Go, go, go. Apollo 11 is go for launch. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Ignition sequence started. Flames push hard against the pad, every second pushing harder. 6, 5, 4. But the rocket does not rise. Mighty arms hold it steady. Hold it until the countdown's finished. 3, 2, 1, 0. I've always wondered what that moment would feel like. Right then, when you blast off. Lift off! The rocket is released. It rises foot by foot. It rises pound by pound. It climbs the summer sky. It rides a flapping, crackling flame and shakes the air and shakes the earth and makes a mighty roar. But probably not a roar like a dragon, like I just made. Armstrong, Collins, Aldrin ride the fire and thunder, pressed deep into their seats, their bodies as heavy as clay. The rocket below them sheds parts as it soars. Bolts explode, engines ignite. First stage, second stage, escape tower gone. The rocket flies lighter. The rocket flies faster. In 12 minutes' time, it's 100 miles high. Wow. Then, after an orbit around the Earth, to talk to Mission Control and check the course, to check the rocket and ships, the rocket's last stage fires again, pushing the astronauts on. And when the Earth has rolled beneath them, and the astronauts let go, The Saturn's last stage opens wide and releases Columbia, which was the rocket's tip, and also Eagle, hidden till now, a stranger ship, more bug than bird, a black and gold folded spider. Michael Collins, Columbia's pilot, turns her back around. And locks Columbia to Eagle. Then Armstrong, Collins, and Aldrin leave the last of the Saturn and travel to their two small ships joined together, flown as one. They go rushing into the darkness, flying toward the moon, far away, cold and quiet, no air, no life, but glowing in the sky. I think it's neat how some nights I can go out and even though you can only see like a piece of the moon, but you can really see like the whole thing if you look really close. On board Columbia and Eagle, Armstrong, Collins, Aldrin unclick gloves, unclick helmets, unclick the straps, and then hold them down and float inside their small ships. They're home for a week. Here, there is no up and down. An astronaut can spin in the air, turn a floor into a wall or a ceiling into a floor. Here, on those sometimes ceilings, walls, and floors, everywhere, there are straps and screens and gauges, buttons, handles, hoses, and switches, and switches. There are food and clothes packed into tight corners. There are flight plans, flashlights, pens, cameras, and they float too. They drift from hands to pockets. That's why there's Velcro everywhere, for holding things so that they stay put. I've seen it live on a couple times on TV, where astronauts are up and they're spinning things around. I wonder what that feels like. Here, where everything floats, it takes some skill to eat a meal. The ham salad sandwich, watch the crumbs. Soup, it comes in a bag, dry as dust. Fix the bag to the water gun, fill it, mix it, stir it. Cream of chicken, not too bad. Better than peanut cubes. Here and there, everything floats. It takes some skill to go to sleep. There's no beds or pillows, no night or day. There's always, though, the hum of circuits, the whir of machines, the thought of where you are, and the thought of where you're going. Here, one more thing. Here, where everything floats, everything, it takes some skill even to go to the bathroom. It takes pipes and hoses and bags, and there's no fresh air outside the window. After a week, this small home will not smell so good. This is why not everyone wants to be an astronaut. I didn't even think of that stuff. But still ahead, there's the moon, cold and quiet. No air, no life, but glowing in the sky, glowing and growing. It takes them in, and it pulls them close. It's those craters. At the moon, Collins stays in Columbia. High above the single circling Sol, Armstrong and Aldrin leave the Eagle and take it down, lower and lower. They have just enough time and just enough fuel. They have a plan and a place to land, a chosen safe site among the craters. Now, friends and strangers in the distance down below stay up late, get up early, and stop as one, and watch and wait. There are only maps and models to see. There's no camera that can show the landing far away. But what strange sounds there are to hear. Whistles, beeps, and static. Strange new words and quick clipped news of altitudes and speeds leaping across the dark between mission control and the main who are taking the Eagle to land on the moon, who are going where no one has ever been. On board Eagle, Aldrin calls out information, while Armstrong steers the ship. They fly low and lower, looking and looking for a landing site. But now Eagle, they see, has flown too far. They are miles away from where they're meant to be, and below their small and spindly ship, they see no level place, only a broken stone or rock, only shadows and deep craters on the great and glowing moon. Far from home and far from help, still steady, the astronauts fly till time and fuel are running out. Oh, that must make them really nervous. I know I don't like to be lost here on Earth. I can't even imagine being lost going to the moon. Then they, then there, clear and flat, not too far, 60 seconds left. Armstrong fires the rockets. Eagle slows down and lowers, and lower goes into the spray of dust. A bloom of moon. Flowers up around her. Slower and slower, lower and lower, lower and lower, landing. And far away, where friends and strangers lean to listen, where friends and strangers lean to hear, there comes a distant voice. Armstrong calling from the moon. Calm as a man who just parked his car. Houston? Tranquility Base here. The Eagle has landed. Armstrong is calm. But on Earth, they cheer. Then Armstrong and Aldrin climb down from the Eagle in heavy gloves, in large round helmets, in suits not made for Earth. In suits made for the moon. Here below, all around them, cold and quiet, no air but life. There is life on this strange and silent, magnificent moon. Armstrong and Aldrin walk its rough, wide places. They step, they hop, as light as boys. They lope, they leap. In the dust and stone beneath their feet, no seed has ever grown, no root has ever reached. Still secrets wait there. The story of the moon. Where did it come from? How old is it? What is it made of? Not green cheese. And up above the gray ash plains, the sky is pitch and empty, and the stars stay hidden. That is how bright the moon is when you're standing on its face. I wonder how much dust it was when they first stepped down. But in the blank and starless sky, high above, there is the earth, rushing oceans, racing clouds, swaying fields and forest, family, friends, and strangers, everyone you've ever known, everyone you might, the good and lonely earth glowing in the sky. That's kind of neat how the earth kind of glows like the moon does. When their work is done, Armstrong, Collins, and Aldrin fly back together from the moon, which rolls beneath, which rolls behind, letting them loose, letting them go. They fly together through the dark, with pictures, stones, and stories, with secrets of the sky, with a view from home from far away. Back to family and friends, to the warmth, the light, the trees, and the blue water. Back from the moon, they land with a splash. To warmth, to light, to home at last. So I hope you enjoyed today's book, Moonshot. I know I love looking at the stars in the sky, and maybe you do too. And if you don't, maybe you'll take another glimpse when you walk outside next time and think about Americans traveling into space. Have an awesome day, and I know for me, I would definitely be making a puppet or some type of map of this moon. Have a great day, have a great week, and I'll see you soon.